me see here. I just wanted to
I think
answer
it's BMF
BMF's
question.
question.
Oh,
Luke
go ahead.
16. Yeah, Luke 16 says that. Basically, I'll pull it up right here again. It talks about the rich man and Lazarus, and it talks about here in the rich man when he in hell he lifted up his eyes, being in torment, seeth Abraham afar and Lazarus bosom. So,
And
yeah.
I just want to also say this, BMF, because a lot of people will try and say that, well, nobody's really in heaven or hell until the final judgment, and that's just a blatant lie. And one of the biggest things here is you need to understand that where people go before the resurrection and where people go after the resurrection are two completely different places. There's hell, which is where people go right now, and then comes after the first resurrection, the second resurrection, and the great white throne judgment, which is only for the unsaved. And it says they're cast into the lake of fire. And it makes the distinction yet again between hell and the lake of fire. It says that they're different places because hell itself is scooped up and tossed into it. So yes, people are in hell right now, and it's not this nonsense. Like I've seen like 5 different people preach this today in the comments sections on my channel and then Tucker's. It's honestly kind of impressive how many people believe this garbage. But no, soul sleep is a lie.
Yeah.
And you're not going to be judged at the great white throne judgment, because anyone who's implying that is saying that there's only one resurrection. And, we know that there's two, the resurrection of life and the resurrection of damnation. And if anyone's telling you that you're going to be at the great white throne along with the unbelievers, if anyone's saying you're going to be judged with the unbelievers, they're telling you that you're going to be burning for eternity. That's what that means.
Well, not only that, they're telling you you're going to be judged by your works on a salvific level, because it says that in Revelation 20:12 through 13. So
exactly,
their works. All of these people are unsaved work salvationists that say that. So that's another reason why I'm not going to lie. Like, there was points where I'm like, could like soul sleep be biblical? And I'm like, no, not at all. And one of the main takeaways is all the people who preach this are like unsaved cringe heretics. So it's like that's a dead giveaway.
Because it's denying the resurrection. And, I just kind of also want to bring it back around to my channel pitch at the beginning. And this is another one of those things that it's not, a salvation issue per se, but it quickly turns back around into something so damaging and detrimental that you need to understand it. It can't just be, oh, well, it's secondary, you can believe whatever you want. No, this is actually undermining your hope. It talks about this constantly. We're supposed to feel joy, and we're supposed to take comfort in the fact that we're going to be at the first resurrection. But if there's only this one resurrection, and if it's what they're describing, which is the resurrection of damnation, you have no hope. And it also is just saying that, like, what Tucker said, you're just going to be judged by your works. So I guess really it does just come back to being a salvation issue in the sense of this can really be detrimental to your faith. And, it's just something that needs to get sorted out. This is why we need to be reading the Bible. We can't just, listen to whoever's saying whatever. There's a lot of voices in the world, but a lot of them are just liars. And don't be deceived by this, BMF. And I pray that this has helped you out here, man, because I've seen a lot of these freaks, and they're quite deceptive.